Okay, hi guys. I hope I'm audible. Just let me get the confirmation that we are live, then we'll start. Okay. Hope we are live. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Yep, we are live. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome back again to our channel Coders Arcade. This is Saurabh, and we are in one more Java DSA live session. Okay. And here is a good news for all of you. We are starting with collections framework. Okay. So these are what? These are built-in data structures. Built-in data structures in Java. And yes, we'll be targeting all the important classes and interface in this collections framework. And guys, I'll tell you one thing, these are very important for what? For competitive coding. Okay. So some important classes and interfaces that you should know are very important. So before that, what we will do is, let me do one thing. Okay, yeah, Vatsal says good evening sir, and Prisha says good evening sir. Just try to remember one thing. Okay, many of you might have learned C++. If you have not learned, I'll just tell you one thing, very important. Okay, so just to know one thing, you should know the difference. Okay, in case of C++ and in case of Java, and in Python also, I'll tell you the differences that we have. Okay, so here you have something called STL, that is standard template library. In case of Java, you have something called collections framework. In C, you don't have anything. You have to build your own everything. Everything has to be done by you from scratch. Okay. So in case of Python, what you guys can do is, you can learn all the built-in data structures, like you have lists, you have tuples, or sometimes they are called tuples also. Okay, tuples are immutable, lists are mutable, you can change the data. Again, you have your, what to say, dictionary, that is something like key value pair, k comma v, right? All these things you have. And there are other things also. If you want unique items, you have the set data structure. That these are the built-in types that you have in Python. There are lots of them other than that. And in case of C++, it is called the standard template library, where you get something like, I will give you all the names, okay? Don't have to worry, okay? But one thing, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade, and just hit the bell icon so that you get notified about the latest updates. Okay. And blue eyed boy says good evening sir. Yes, so good evening everyone. So what I was saying is, today we'll be starting with collections framework in Java, which is what? It is a shortcut way of implementing a stack. You don't have to implement the stack just like this. Let me just show you one thing. Say if I go here, see, we had done a lot of things, right? If I go to data structures and go to linear data structures, say go to stack, we had built a stack and we had built a queue like this. See, we had all the methods, like we had the what is full, is empty, the enqueue method to add an element, all these things. So this took us a lot of time, and you can see there is a lot of code, around 83 lines of code. Similarly, if I go to the stacks option, this package, and show you, this was the stack that we had, string stack. If you see here, see, lots of lines, right? Lots of lines, around 63, 64 lines. So this much time will not be given while you were performing competitive coding. In this you will not get that much time. नहीं मिलेगा इतना time, obviously. and you will have to manage your time properly. That is also one factor that I will tell you, how to solve interview questions in a given time. Okay, fine. And one more thing, if anybody has not learned all the videos or all the topics that you have already learned, please go ahead and visit the playlist, learn all the things and come back here. Okay, and it's okay if you are new to the channel, you can follow along, because I will be trying to teach everything in a very simple manner, so that you understand. Even if someone is new and just starting their coding journey, it will be easy to understand. Don't have to worry about that. Anything, any comments, any doubts, please feel free to comment in the comment section, because I have the same thing opened in my mobile also, so that I can just see your doubts whatever you have, and I can just clarify them at the same moment only. Okay, so what I was saying is, collections framework is a built-in data structure library for Java. The stacks, the lists, the linked list that we create can be directly utilized. Where is the package? Very important. The package name is java.util. UTIL. Okay. java.util. This is the package where all the built-in data structures in Java are present. Okay. Suppose I was telling about C++ also. Guys, you should also know about that. So, I am just giving you a simple idea. All the STL libraries in case of C++ will be here. You can just write hash include stack. Automatically the stack will be imported into your code. Okay. Similarly, you can write down, so hash include all the library names can be imported like this in case of C++. Okay. So, you have stack, you have queue, you have ordered map, unordered map, very important concept. Okay. Ordered map you have, ordered, it is underscore map. Okay. This is underscore map, and you have unordered map. Lots of important questions are there, and you will get lots of interview questions out of those topics also. Okay, so make sure you remember them. Let me just check if there is anyone having any doubts. Not yet, because we have all just started. Okay, fine, so no problem. Let's do one thing. What I was saying is, if it is C++, the way of importing the library is by writing hash include followed by the name of the library. So, let me just give you the names so that you can remember them. I said stack, you have stack, you have queue, you have list. List, this list is a doubly linked list. If you want singly linked list, there is something called forward list. I am talking about C++, okay. In Java, all the things are inside this library, java.util. For example, I have ArrayList, I have LinkedList. These two are classes. Okay, these two are classes which are actually implementing the list interface. There is an interface called list. Okay, if I just show you, you will understand, guys. Try to see here. Let me just go to my code or my editor and let me write down something so that you can understand that. See, I am inside my collections framework. Here, let me just show you a simple example. I will write new Java class, say list example. Okay, I have a class called list example. Fine. Now, I will write the main method, and if I say list, see, list of E, java.util. This is the package. As I mentioned here, you can see java.util is the package. Here list is an interface. How do you know that? Because if I write li, you can see list with an I is an interface. And if I take a list, please remember, in case of, mind you guys, everybody please remember this, in case of collections in Java, we cannot use the primitive data types. Primitive data types not allowed. Let me just write it down for you here. Not allowed. Very important. Okay, let me show you, then only you will understand that. Just a moment. If I write int, you can see for yourself, it will not allow. So, a collections library in Java does not allow us to use any primitive data type. So, if I have int, not allowed. If I have char, not allowed. Float, not allowed. Let me write down all the 8. Int, then we have double, we have long, we have byte, we have short, and then we have boolean. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, these primitive data types are not allowed. So, I will just write down like this. These are not allowed. Okay, not allowed. You have to remember this. So, what is allowed then? What is allowed? If the primitive data types are not allowed in the collections, then what is allowed? The wrapper classes are allowed. That means capital B, boolean is allowed. Capital I, integer is allowed. Okay. All the primitive data types, they are from boolean, B small boolean. When we convert that to a wrapper class, that means from primitive to a class. What was this called? I have already explained you this. This is very frequently asked in the interviews also. What is this called? क्या बोलते हैं इसको? What? Boxing. Whenever we do it, when the user converts a primitive data type into a wrapper class, it is called boxing. When it is done by the JVM, this is done by user, then it is called boxing. Okay. This will be definitely asked in the interview. When it is done by the JVM, the Java virtual machine, that means by the compiler, then it is called auto boxing. Okay. Just remember this. And again, the vice versa, the ulta, the reverse. When from a wrapper class you go back to a primitive, when it is done by the user, it is called unboxing. Okay. And similarly, whenever the wrapper class is converted to a primitive by the JVM, not by the user, this is by the user. When it is done by the JVM, it is called auto unboxing. Okay. These terms you have to remember. Okay. Please remember them, very important. So, let me check if there is any doubt. I don't think there is any doubt, all good, yes, fine. So, hope you have understood this. The conversion of a primitive data type into an object or a class, wrapper class, is called boxing, and if it is done by the user, it is called boxing. If it is done by the JVM or the compiler, it is called auto boxing. The vice versa is, from the wrapper class, if you go back to the primitive one, it is called unboxing. If it is done by the user, it is called unboxing. If it is done by the JVM, it is called auto unboxing. Okay, this thing you have to remember. So, I hope you have learned a new concept, boxing and unboxing. And if someone is already there in my channel, they will already know this. I have already discussed this before. So, primitive data types are not allowed while writing collections framework. We only allow what? The wrapper classes. So, all the wrapper classes are the B capital boolean, C capital character, then I capital integer, D capital double, then we have what? Float F capital, byte B capital, and then we have short S capital. So, these are all the wrapper classes. Fine. Okay. So, boolean, then character, integer, double, float, byte, and short. You can see these letters are capital letters, and these are called wrapper classes. And these are actually used in the collections framework. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Where? In the library java.util. So only wrapper classes are allowed with the collections framework. Fine. So let me just show you. Good evening, sir. I have seen your videos for the first time today and already amazed with such a high quality lecture. Sir, I am currently preparing for campus placement. Everything needed for campus placement. Yes, everything will be covered. Very good. He was saying that. Thank you that you are liking my video, but at the same time, I will tell you one thing. See, I can go on and tell you everything, but most importantly, for everybody who is trying for a campus interview and trying to get recruited into a company, see, the package does not matter, the concepts matter at the same time. So, what I am saying is, you have to practice. If you don't practice, whoever it is, be it any IITian who is teaching or whoever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't go home and practice, nothing will happen. So आपको घर पे practice करना पड़ेगा. You have to go and practice at home. Once you do it, what happens? See, I'm telling you one simple funda. DSA will be required only till you get the job. After that, you will be using a fraction of that, not much of that. But for the interviews, this is the norm right now. It is very mandatory. That's why at least if you practice, I'm definitely telling you this should work for you. 2 hours per day if you devote to DSA. Other part, you can do anything you want. You might have your engineering assignments, you might have your other household chores, it can be anything. So at least devote 2 hours per day. I can guarantee you at the end of 6 months, you will be at a better position from what you are right now. Okay, and you will be definitely getting a good job only. And at the same time, I'm telling you one thing, in the beginning, don't focus on getting a higher package. The package will come automatically, but focus on learning more and more. Okay, that is what I will suggest right now. Okay, so this is what I was telling. I am saying that the wrapper classes are used along with the collections framework. So as I was showing you here, let me just show you back again. Here you can see int, a primitive data type, is not allowed. Okay, so if I write int here like this, see, integer, this is allowed, no problem at all. Okay, so the data type has to be given here, and at the same time, let me just show you one thing. Say I'm writing, say, num list. I'll add some numbers. Okay, equal to, I am creating the object or the reference, so I'll use the new keyword. See, I had told you one thing. List is an interface. And it is being implemented by two very special classes, the ArrayList and the LinkedList. Okay, so what is this? This is a simple example of abstraction. List is the interface and it can be used. If I just show you here, you will understand that. Just see here. Just press Control on your keyboard and just click on this, Control and click. See, if I just zoom in, let me just zoom in. Public interface list extends collection. Okay, and in that there are lots of things that you can implement. See, you have the iterator interface also. This is a very important interface. This will be used a lot while you are solving interview questions. Okay, we will talk about that also, don't worry. Okay, one by one we will talk about all of them. Okay, see, lots of methods are there, so we will be learning about them one by one. So for the time being, let's not complicate things. Let's just try to show you that when we take a list interface, you can either use a linked list. See, linked list, as I had showed in the diagram, you can use a linked list or you can use a ArrayList. What is the difference now? How do you understand that? Very important. Let's see. You basically know the difference between an array and a linked list. I hope you know that. Let me just tell you. Arrays 1, 2, 3, 4, say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and I have 2, 9, 6, minus 1, 5 for example. Let's say suppose someone comes and tells you I need the third element. Okay, the third element will be at index number 2, right? Or is 0, 1, 2. How easily can you access in an array? At a single operation I can do it. I can say ARR of 2. Why is it possible? Very simple, because I have indexing in array. Make sense? Got it? So, if you want to access something fast, always use arrays. Similarly, in case of the collections, if you want to access something very fast, always use the array list. Hope it is clear now. So, operations time complexity is also very important when you are solving any interview questions. Okay. So, if you want to access any data very fast, this is O of 1 time complexity, right? Big O of 1. Why? Because I can directly use the index to go to the third element. Someone says come to the fifth element. So, I can say ARR of 4, because I know that at index number 4 the fifth element will be there. But can you do this in a linked list? Not at all. Why? 1, I have 2, 3 and I have 4. Linked list. Say suppose it is a single linked list only and this is going to null. Someone comes and says give me the third element. Can you directly go here? Not at all possible. How do you go? I have to traverse from the head, go and then I can reach here. So, if there are n number of elements, the time complexity of accessing will be big O of n, obviously, correct? So, if you want to have a linked list like structure, if you want to have, but where will this be important? Let me tell you. Understood? When you were trying to access, always use the array list. Okay? It is also a class which implements the list interface. Similarly, I can show you one more thing. List of say integer only, say name list is equal to new linked list. When will this be important? On what kind of scenarios? I will tell you that also. Okay. Sir, I face a lot of problems in building logic of programs. Is there any approach to improve logic building? Yes, very good question, and I already have told this many times, but still because you are new to the channel, I will tell once again. Guys, all of you, see, before even going to DSA, even going to the important problems of graphs, trees, recursion, backtracking, greedy algorithms, dynamic programming, before that I suggest all of you to do one thing. Okay. So, let us go back. Let me clear the screen for the timing. Okay. So, I will tell you again. There is a website PrepInsta where there is a section called top 100 codes. Okay. There are 100 coding questions on different topics. Why is this important now? It is important because they have taken different topics and there are questions from easy to medium to difficult. Okay, and starting with prime numbers, factorial and everything, in each question there is a different logic. Okay, in each of the questions there is a different logic, and imagine to solve 100 questions you will use 100 different types of logic. So, automatically anywhere in your interviews later you will be using something out of this. So, this really helps you to build your foundation, build your base actually. That is very important, because when you go to complex interview questions, by looking at the question you will not even understand anything. So, rather than that, why not build your foundation, your structure, your grassroots, and then go to the higher questions? This is the best platform to do that. Go to PrepInsta and just type top 100 codes. Automatically you will get access to lots of interview questions. If you want, let me show you here. Okay. Yep, let me just show you PrepInsta top 100 codes. This is what I am talking about. This section you have lots of different, and the best part, they have the answers in C, C++, Java and Python. Also, if you have logged in, then if you have signed up and logged in, then what will happen is automatically once the question is finished, you will get a gray color highlight. Automatically it will be grayed out. So you can keep a track of how many questions you have solved. That really helps a lot. And yes, I have done this a long back, but it really helped me a lot in building my logic and solving interview questions. Okay, see, working with numbers, there are lots of interview questions. And after that, you will go to have strings, you have recursions, easy number, difficult numbers. There are so many questions. See, finish this, I bet, I challenge, it will really help you to build your base logic, and then you can go on to lead code and HackerRank and solve difficult questions. That is what I suggest all of you. Okay. Hope this helps. Try this and let me know. Fine. So let's go back and do this. As I was saying, yep, the array list and the linked list. Fast access, slow manipulation. This is slow access, this is fast manipulation. Okay. So why? I'll tell you. See, this is an array. I have 1, I have 3, I have 5, I have 6. Say suppose someone says, give me a code to insert 2 into this part here. What do I have to do? I have to slide all the elements to this side. So 3, 5, 6 has to come here. 3 and 5 and 6 has to move one step here. Then only 2 can be accommodated here, and then I get 1. Correct? If I have 100 elements or n elements, all the O of n elements have to be shifted to the right hand side. That is why manipulations are slow. Suppose if I have to remove 5, then I have to adjust like this. This is not a good thing. So if you want to do that, always take a linked list, because manipulations are easy in the linked list. Why? See, 1, 2, 3. And suppose someone says I have to insert an element called x here. In that case, what will I do? Let's see, what will you do? We'll remove this connection, add this connection and add this connection. Always 3 steps. If I have to add y here, remove this, add this, always 3 steps. It is a 3-step process. Therefore, the time complexity is linear. It is big O of 1, constant. That's why for manipulations, always use the linked list. For access, always use the array list. That is the benefit. Hope you have understood this. Okay. Let me check if there is any doubt. I think all fine. Okay, great. Nobody has any doubt. Okay, I hope it is clear. So let's go back to our code and finish it off. So as I showed you here, see, list of integer, num list, and I am taking list of integer, right? This is not good. So let's take string. Okay, this time it is a linked list. Otherwise the operations are same, you will not get that, but when you are really doing something in real time, then only you will understand the difference. Okay, then only you can get to know the difference. So if I say num list dot, we have a method called add. Let me add 1 and let me copy this line, paste, 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 say 2, 3 and 4, and similarly let me just reduce the size. Okay, here I'll just say name list dot add. This time it is asking for a string. Okay, and here I'll say Saurabh, my name, and say name list dot add. This time I'll say Sarkar, my surname, and let's write down 2 more, name list dot add coders, our YouTube channel name dot add. This is arcade. Fine. Okay. See, if you take an integer, you can add integers only. If I try to insert a different kind of element, say 1, it will not accept because I have specifically told that I need to insert only integers. The JVM will never allow me to do that. But sometimes the interviewer can ask you one very important thing. What if I want to insert something else rather than integer into a list? What can I do? Very important. Let's see how to do it. Very good. Blue-eyed boy says clear sir. शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया. कोई भी डाउट होगा पूछना. मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. I can see everything here. Okay. So if you mention integer and try to insert a string, नहीं होगा. It will not be possible. So you can only insert like this. Okay. But how do you do it? Let me show you. If you want to insert anything into the list, this is not recommended. It is done by us. See guys, I graduated in the year 2010. At that time, we could write these things, and not recommended. It will be correct now also if I write like this. If I say list of let's take an array list like this. Okay, see what I have done. List of anonymous equal to new array list. I have not written specifically any brackets. So this is a old fashioned way of list creation. Okay, so list is an interface. When we can add linked list or array list, वही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं. I am saying that लिस्ट एक इंटरफेस है, उसका ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बना सकते आप. यू कैनॉट क्रिएट एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द लिंक लिस्ट. सो व्हाट वी डू इज वी टेक द array list or the linked list, which are classes which implement that interface. ठीक है, that is how we are using them. And I have told you this also. Whenever we want to access anything quickly, we use the array list. Whenever we want to manipulate or change something in the list, then we use the linked list. Both are actually what I had already told you. They are actually the classes from the list interface. ये दोनों ही list interface को implement करते हैं. They implement them. Okay, it is like this. Array list implements list. Similarly, here it is linked list implements list. This is the structure. Okay, hope you have understood this. Now if you see this is what I was talking about. See what I wrote, old fashioned way of list creation. Now let's see what we can add here. I'll say anonymous dot add. What is it asking now? It is not having any integer or string. It is having an object. Here I can say Java, and then anonymous dot add. I can add 1. Anonymous dot add. I can add true. See, I can add anything I want. But this is not a good way of creating a list. It will not throw any errors. I'll tell you, it will not throw any errors. Now if I print all of them, let's print one by one all of them. I'll just say sout num list. Okay, here I'll just say sout name list, and here the last one is our normal list, right? Sout anonymous list. Okay, right click and run them. All of them will definitely give you the correct answers only. There will be no errors. In the first one I have numbers, in the second one I have what? Strings. In the third one I have string, I have integer, I have boolean also. It really doesn't matter, but it is not recommended to create a list like this. This is the old way of creating, and I don't recommend it seriously, because this is not a good practice. Okay, लेकिन कर सकते हो, you can do it. Okay, hope you have understood this. But they can ask you guys, ये पूछ सकते हैं, they can definitely ask this in the interviews. Okay, hope you have learned something interesting here, and make sure remember the syntax. List of, don't write anything in the angle brackets. Just like we write integer here or string here, this time I am not writing anything. In this way you can just anonymously take any data type into the list. That is also possible. Okay, there are lots of other types of traversals that are possible. Okay, let's show you. I can take a for loop like this, for object inside our anonymous s out object. Let's see what it prints, and remove the ln, and let's say plus space. Let's see what it prints. Does it print? See, it is printing Java 1 true. It's printing because I don't have any specific data type, so I can also take the object type to traverse all the objects. Q, why is the reason that? Because I have something like this. याद रखो, सबको याद रखो. Everything in Java inherits from the parent class, which is Java dot lang dot object. This is the parent class of all classes in Java. So any data type you have, you can directly take the object class in the for loop as a traverser to traverse and find out the values. Okay, this is very important. Please remember that. Okay, sir, is queue an interface or class in collections framework? I have already told this, but still I will tell you once again. Okay, a queue is an interface. Let me just show you. Okay, here only I will show you. Okay, let's not take this. Let us take a different example. Right click, new Java class. I will say queue example. Okay. See, as you told, I have already told this before in my queues examples. So I'll just say main and queue. It is an interface, and you can either take, say suppose I am taking integer, q is equal to, if I write new and if I write q, it will not work. It will not work. Why? Because queue is an interface. For an interface, directly an object cannot be created. This is very, very important. Okay. So what do? You can take a array list. Okay. You can take a array list. This is possible. Okay. And you have to write down the integer. And let me just do one thing. One second. Rather than that, you can take this one. Yes, but I think there is some problem. Which queue have I imported? Yeah, this is correct only. Okay, so this is the one. You can take linked list. This is better. Okay, mostly we take the linked list, not the. Let me optimize this. And also guys, I will show you one diagram also, so that you can remember this. Okay, so remember one thing, a queue is an interface. If you see here, over this, it says public interface queue, and if you see the hierarchy diagram, then only you will understand. Control and click on this, and let's see, extends the collection, and I had already showed you one example. Let me show you that example also at the same time. This is what I can do, and you have the push and pop methods, all those things are there. So queue, if you want to add, can anyone tell me what is the method to add? You have add also. See, add option is there, but I'll show you a new method, offer. The offer methods adds an integer. You can take string also. So let me say suppose 2. Okay, offer adds an integer. Okay, and let me say q dot offer again, and let me take 3. Okay, if I say s out and q, let's see the output. See, 2 and 3, from the front to the back it is coming. Okay, and let's see the other methods that we have one by one. Say q dot, to remove an element we have the poll method, poll. Please remember this. Okay, see, poll method. So now if I print this, it should be 2 only, 3 should be removed. Okay, sorry, my bad, because this is first in first out, right? This is FIFO. So ultimately what is happening is, first I had 2 at the front, then once I added 3, 3 came at the front, I guess. Okay, not that. Yes, exactly, correct only. Yes. This is the state of that. 2 was coming at front, then we had 3. So obviously if you poll, the front element will be removed. See, it is like this. I am standing, someone is standing behind my back. So I will be removed. I have come to the counter at first. I will take the ticket, I will go out, right? I am 2, I will go out. Then 3 will come. So the output is correct only. Hope you have understood this. Okay? 3. If I again do this, then it will be removed. Let me add one and show you once again so that you can remember that. Q dot say offer, say 4. Now I should have 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. 3 first, then 4 at the end. Okay, correct. Now if I say this 2 lines, if I copy and paste it again, then you will understand that. Now I am saying poll, so what, 3 should be removed, then 4 should be available. Let's see. Dekho. 3 is gone and 4 is, because the first element comes out. So before that also let me print that so that everything is clear. Let me just do one thing. S out Q, run this and show you. Just a moment. See, 2, 3, I did a poll operation. First I offered both the elements 2 and 3, then I polled POLL. 3 has been there, 2 will be removed, the first element. See, this is the front to the rear, okay. So 3 is there, then 3 and 4, 4 I added, 3 is gone and 4 is intact. Okay, hope it is clear. So you can use it like this. And guys, very important, just because you told this, I hope everything is clear. Very good. Batsal says push. The push operation will not be there. If you see here, push is not there. ये नहीं है, आपको याद रखना है, ठीक है. इसमें नहीं मिलेगा आपको. आपको add option है, add कर सकते हो. You have an add all option to add a whole collection one by one. Say I have a list of 10 numbers. I can add all method. I can do this. I can do add. I can do offer. लेकिन push option नहीं है क्यों? Please कहीं पे लिख के रखो. Write it down. It will be very important. Okay. Hope this is clear. And let me check if there is any doubt. Right now there is no doubt. All good. Fine. So Vatsal, please make a note of this. We don't have the push method or the pop method also. If you see, pop is also not there. For a queue we have the offer and the poll methods. ये शायद आपने नया देखा होगा. So please note it down somewhere. Please. Okay. So this is how you use it. And at the same time, let me just write down POLL. Got it? Confusion होता है. There will be confusion. Very good. But practice. जितना practice करोगे, you will remember more and more. Okay. So in case of stack, we have those options. Because if I remember, I had already showed you those things in the stacks and queues. If you see here, in the stacks, I had a stack example where I had showed you all these things one by one. See, stack is a class. See, stack is not a interface, it is a class, public class stack. Queue is an interface. So this is a simple example. I had already told you in the previous classes. I am just showing you this stack of all the collections, as again they take the wrapper classes. Primitives are not allowed. Okay, equal to new stack, and you have the push. इसमें है, but in queue you don't have it. You have poll, you have add, you have offer. We don't have push and pop. Okay, in stack we have the push and pop offers. Okay, please remember that. Fine. So anything, any doubts, please guys let me know in the comment section. Definitely I'll be happy to clarify all your doubts. And yes, if anyone is new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because that will help you to notify. And यार करो यार सब्सक्राइब, आके भाग जाते हो, देख के भागना नहीं है. अगर पसंद आ रहा है तो सब्सक्राइब करके जाओ, अगर नहीं पसंद आ रहा है कोई बात नहीं. इफ़ यू रियली लाइकिंग द कंटेंट तो सब्सक्राइब करना तो बनता है, एक क्लिक ही तो करना है. जस्ट डू इट. ओके, थैंक यू. So where was I? I was just talking about the stack and the queue. Hope now everything is clear. Okay. So we have, let me just go to a very important diagram. Here I have this. See, this is what the blue color says. It is a interface. Okay. First we have the iterable interface, and then we have the collection interface. In that we have three very important interfaces: the list, the queue and the set. Okay, just remember in your mind, I had already told you before, ArrayList for what? For fast access. LinkedList for what? For faster manipulations or modifications in the code very quickly. And then we have vector. These are legacy classes, we will talk about that. And stack also I have showed you just now. Okay, these are all the classes that implement the list interface. Okay, please remember that. And for queue we have priority queue. Guys, this one I will not touch now because this is a very important topic, and you will be using this in where I'll tell you. Dijkstra's algorithms, you will be using this in greedy algorithms. What is this actually? This is the heap data structure, max heap and min heap. Whenever we are talking about them, at that time I will be discussing this, not now. If I just simply show you what is a max heap and min heap, it will be really injustice to this topic. So I don't want to do injustice to this topic. This is a very important topic and it will take around 1 to 2 days to cover this. So I will not touch this now, we will do that later. And this DQ is the double-ended queue. Okay, we will talk about this also, and we have the array DQ class also. All these things we will talk about. And sets, when we use them, when you want what? Unique elements, no duplicate elements. At that time we use the set data structure. Set has the hash set, we have the linked hash set, and also we will be talking about a very important topic, that is hashing. Okay, we will discuss all of this. If you want, guys, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, you can take a pause the video, you can take a screenshot, and the recording of this video will be available with you after the live session ends. Okay, so there also you can just go and you can just screenshot it, and you can download it from the internet also. It will be available everywhere. If you want, I'll just give a link in the description also if you want. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. So what is the difference between offer and add? They are literally the same. Let's go and try to understand this here. Very good. See the options, try to understand. When I say queue.add, and always try to do this by hovering over this. See, insert the specified element into this queue if it is possible to do so immediately without violating capacity restrictions. Okay, try to understand, and let's just write down queue.offer also. Always, whenever you are learning Java, just always go through the documentation. That will really help you. Go to the offer option and just see. When using a capacity restricted queue, just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Sorry for the disturbance, I got a call, sorry. Yeah, where was I? See, when using a capacity restricted queue, this method is generally preferable to add. See, I'll tell you one very simple thing that will help you. Okay, whenever we are using the add method, it will not see the size of the queue. If you have set some capacity of that, it will not look at that, it will just try to insert it. But in case of the offer method, it will see the restricted capacity. If you have done some restriction of the capacity, at that time it will not insert it, it will not do it literally. So that is the difference. When you are offering something or you are using the offer method, at that time it will just look at the capacity. If you have some restrictions, it will not add, it will not offer or include. If you are using add, it will not have any restrictions, it will just try to add irrespective of the capacity of the queue that you have taken. That is the most important difference between them. And if you want, I will give some other examples also so that you can understand clearly. For the timing, just remember, this one has restrictions, this one does not follow any restrictions. The offer has restrictions and the add has no restrictions. Okay, please remember that. Fine. Map is also a part of the collections framework. Yes, definitely it is. These are the things that we will discuss right now. This is what I am doing right now. After that, we have the map also. I will tell you all those things also. Let me just go to the diagram so that I can show you. Here you can see just a moment, where is the pen? Okay, it's here. So here we have the map. Okay, in map we have HashMap. Then we have the linked HashMap. And what is this? Map is something like key value pair, keys and values. For this you have the dictionary in Python. Okay, and similarly you have the what? MAP, small letter, in case of C++. And in this you will learn a very important concept, that is what? Hashing. Okay, these things we will learn one by one, don't have to worry about this. Okay, just today we are just introducing ourselves to what? Just a moment, let me check if there is any comment. I don't think there is anything. Okay, that's all fine. Yes, KS, I hope now it is clear. I said that map is also a part of that collection only, java.util, and it is like that. If I show you, see, I am trying to go in a sequential way so that you can understand all the things. Okay, you have map like this, see, k comma v, and it is, I can take integer comma string like this string, and I can say map is equal to new. As I told you, you have the hash map here, you have the linked hash map. Those are very frequently used. See, these two are very, hash map and the linked hash map. These two are used mostly. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Don't have to worry. Stay in the videos, stay with us live, follow us. See, I'll tell you the timings for all of you. Be with your phone between 6 to 8. This is the time where we come live. Okay, it depends on what time I come back from college or what time I'm finished with my other in-house classes, because after the classes only I'll be free for the live classes. Okay, so make sure you understand and be with us, and any doubts guys you can tell me. So fine, KSA is clear. Okay, anybody else, if you have any doubts, please guys let me know, or else we can do one thing. For the time being, I hope all the basic ideas of this has been clear. This thing, the iterable interface, the collection, and we have the list, the queue and the set, and we also have the map that I will discuss, don't have to worry, and ArrayList, LinkedList, vectors and stacks. PriorityQueue, I told you this is about the heap data structure, we will discuss when you are learning about heaps, and then the DQ, the sets. For the time being, this is what you know already, first in first out. This is what the unique elements data structure. Okay, you have the hash set and the link hash set, then you have the map data structure also. Those things one by one we'll talk about them. Today we have learnt about two very important things, the array list and the linked list. Where is that used? It is used, this one is used for data access, faster data access. The linked list is used for faster data manipulations. This thing you have to remember. Okay, so I hope you have understood this guys. If you have any doubts, make sure you post your doubts in the comment section, and at the same time, if you really like the video, please type in the video understood, and I'll really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe karo, please. Okay, that really makes me really happy to bring more better content to you. Okay, so till the next time guys, till tomorrow, this is Saurabh signing off, and definitely we'll be covering up with all the other topics tomorrow. Stay tuned and thank you. Bye bye and happy learning. Thank you. Bye.